Monday. There I am. Hello, everybody. I'm Ed Parcaut here with Mike Kelly, and we are Estate Jerky Daily. That means Monday through Friday.
Yes, it does.
Is that what that means?
That's what it means.
All
it
right.
doesn't mean Saturday, Sunday, because we do other things. Right?
That's the radio.
Yeah. So
Radio killed the radio star.
Radio
No,
for
it didn't.
a week and a half.
No, it didn't.
Grand scheme of things.
Not talk radio star.
Yeah. Video kill.
Okay, you don't have to sing it. That's
No,
fine.
but that's our earworm. What
Is
do
that
you
what
got?
that's called?
You got some stuff.
Well, today, I think
Yeah.
I deleted what's supposed to be here, but it's initial jobless claims, continuing claims, and then we had a 30-year bond auction, which is going to happen later today. Initial jobless claims measures individuals filing for unemployment for the first time, was reported at 231,000 for last week.
Okay.
This represents an increase of 22,000 from the previous week revised figure of 209,000, which was more than the expectation of 210,000.
They thought only another
Then
1,000.
12,000 more than what they expected.
Wow.
Yeah. Continuing claims stayed. They increased to 1.785 million from the previous week of 1.78.
So 680.
Yeah, 6.8 completely.
Ooh,
That's why.
ooh.
Ooh. What does it mean? It's getting
Worse.
It's worse before, and that's what they're saying. It's the claims rise to a 9-month high is what's happening right now. So maybe this will help. If you look at the bond today, it's down to 4.4845, which is better than 4.8 that we had a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
But I think I talked about this yesterday, the buy now, pay later, how it's not being reported on credit reports, and people are starting to worry about it because they can't track how bad things are because it's not on credit reports like credit card debt and other stuff where they get those numbers.
Yeah.
One of the figures they're talking about is like there's 69 million customers that have a buy now, pay later program. That's just huge. 50% of them are lower income consumers. And this is how it's explaining that they can still spend when they don't really have the money. But buy now, pay later still means you got to pay later.
Right.
Right.
No. Well,
Yeah.
it doesn't. When's later? I mean, maybe when I get the lottery, I'll pay you guys up.
So it's just scary that they can't track how bad we're doing right now then compared because of this program.
Yeah, that's kind of like shadow buyers. You have buyers that are looking for a certain price range, but there's really nothing on the market. Once that one property hits the market, you've got all these buyers that just like, and then one of the people is lucky enough to buy it.
Well, that's always that way.
I know.
There's only one person who can ever buy that property.
True. Unless they get married and they become two people.
Right. And they could be a family.
Yeah, they could be a family. Could be a Brady Bunch. But,
And especially if you live on Brady.
it's interesting how much demand is pent up. Just waiting for a piece of property to hit the market.
Well, it's such a huge demand that, I mean, things are slow. I don't want to say slower now, but there's people waiting and they're like, okay. And they're also looking at the numbers. I saw there was a video that said 8% is going to kill the market and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, but we're going the other way right now. So let's not talk about that.
Yeah, I was talking to a finance manager last night and for a large company and like, when do you think prices are going to come down? I said, well,
Never.
Really, unless something really catastrophic happens, and that will probably drive prices up. So probably a long time away.
Yeah. What people don't understand is when we hit a recession, it's good for interest rates, which is good for real estate.
Which drives prices up.
Exactly. And we've been through the tough times for the last year and a half, almost 2 years.
Yeah.
And values still are going up, not down. I can see with 8%, if we did get 8, 9, 10% interest rates, there would be a lot less people buying, but there'd be a lot less people selling.
Right.
So it will slow it down, but not slow down the demand for it.
True.
It'll still be there. People still bought when they were 15 and 17. And back then they're like, how are we ever going to afford this? Right. And they just did it. And now if you're going, today we're like 44% of the Californians can actually afford a home. So if you want to help people in California afford a home, find those 44% of people.
Back when it was 17 and 18, you have to thank the flexibility of realtors and lenders who said, hey, these FHA loans, wow, they're fully assumable and you don't even have to qualify. It's just cash the loan. So a lot of people would, I'll gladly take that 8% or the 10% interest rate and take your loan over
In what
and
year?
give you the cash. In the 80s.
I was kidding. You said 18 and 19.
When the interest rates are 18 and 19.
Oh, okay, I thought you were talking year 18.
Yeah, 19.
I'm totally
19,
confused.
19, I'm totally confused.
Yeah, but the difference now, though, with people, because there's now Realtor.com will show you properties that you can assume the mortgage, but you got to come in with another 250,000,
or the average of 350,000,
right?
You know,
and it's like, okay, but when you add all that together, getting that second at this rate and whatever, you're better off just getting a new loan.
exactly.
And that's what people understand. So it's a great idea, unless they just bought in the last year and you're going to assume it.
Right.
That's different.
Right.
Just take over as a but most people are not doing that.
Well, they don't have the cash.
Well, I'm just saying, if it's not the last year, it's not the last 2 years. It's,
Right.
it's 4 years ago, and we had such an increase in equity.
Right.
Yeah.
An average of $350,000.
Yeah.
So it's hard to come up with that out of your pocket. Although there are a lot of cash buyers, and what do? They pay cash.
Yeah. Well, I talked to a guy who's going to sell out and move to another country, and he's like, "I'm gonna probably live there forever." I'm like, "Why are you selling? Your payment's only $1,200 a month. You can rent the place for $22. You put an extra $1,000. Okay, let's say $800 in your pocket every month, and you come back, your house has appreciated, and it's still here in case you come back in 5 years and want to move back. Because if you move back, you have to rent. And you're going to go, I can't afford these rents."
Right.
So don't sell anything, and I hate to say it because that's just messing up our market by me saying this, but truly it's what's best for you as a client, not what's best for me.
Right. Exactly, 100%. I talk people out of selling all the time because it's not the right move for them at the time.
Right.
You know,
go buy another place and rent this one out. But I can't get another place because that person's not moving. They want my house. Well, I can't help you then.
Yeah.
But I've just been seeing less and less. I mean, I'm qualifying people, and now it's like to a point where I've had some people call me and they're like, "Okay, I want to buy so and so's house. How much is it?" Where before you would do a little bit longer, right? I'm like, Let's get to it real quick while you're on the phone. How much is it? 450,000. What do you do for a living? I'm a server. What does your husband do for a living? He's a manager. Okay, what did you make last year? $55,000. I'm sorry, but you're not going to be able to afford that home because of where their interest rates are and everything else. And unless you got somebody else to go in with you. And I think people want us to do a lot more than that when we're in reality, we're trying to help you and understand. Unless you make $100,000 or more a year, you can't afford these houses.
Exactly.
That's not me. That's not us being negative. That's just how it is.
Yeah, Cleveland, Ohio is calling me right now, so I probably should take that. I don't know what Cleveland wants.
Oh, I just had one from Colorado while we were talking.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, and I know they're trying to do something. Yeah. And I won something during Rotary, like $500. So they wanted me my ticket won. So please call us and give us all your information so we can give you
that ticket that you didn't purchase
or
have.
Exactly. But speaking of tickets, the lottery is $330 million for tomorrow night. That you can't, if you don't buy, you can't win.
Yeah, I got signed up on this new. It's so easy.
Really?
Yeah.
What's it called? Lottery.com.
Lottery.com.
I prefer to go into the store and pay for paper.
Yeah. I like to follow where the last winners were. It's like, but lightning never strikes twice. Yeah. So, okay, I'm gonna go next door.
Is that what you do? All right. So that's all I have for today. It's a quick show, but
I see. I got a little bit of news. It's kind of interesting. I see. This is interesting. I just think it's interesting when you have to make mention of rock stars. Former Bay Area beach house hits the market for $15 million. And Grace Slick used to own it. Grace Slick with Jefferson Starship and Jefferson Airplane.
So you have to be really freaking old to understand who they are.
You're going to be older than me or as old as me. And the likes of Dave Crosby and some other people used to walk through it. And she designed the pool herself, and it's a guitar. So I just thought you needed to know that.
Well, thank you.
It's on the market for $15 million. You'll probably get it for $14.9.
Where's it at?
In the Bay Area. So
we're in the Bay Area because if it's in San Francisco, you get it a lot cheaper.
Fulton Street.
I have no idea where that is.
Yeah.
By the way, Modesto is doubling fines for illegal fireworks.
Oh, yeah, they don't do anything for illegal. I've never. Okay.
This is what they're saying. Police will plan on deploying plane-equipped high-tech camera to catch violators over the holiday.
Well, that'll be interesting because it sounds like maybe Gaza this year in my neighborhood. It is so explosive. They're going off all over the place. You can see them all over the place.
So the first one is $2,000
for
having using illegal fireworks, or having or using them.
Okay.
Then it approved citations for $3,000 for second offense and $4,000 for each additional offense in the 36-month period. So just make sure that each person does it differently each year.
You get caught this year. I'll get caught next year.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought it was interesting in Colorado. I think they outlawed them, and they decided they weren't going to do any public displays as well. It was one of the coolest things. We're coming back from my daughters, and looking across the sky, you not only had lightning and thunder, but you also had in every neighborhood
Fireworks
displays going off like crazy. It was like, well, maybe similar to the Civil War.
Well, the problem, so in Tuolumne County, they're besides here, they're illegal, but they're extremely illegal up there. And it's like there's trees everywhere. You know, I'm hearing them in my neighborhood up there. We go up there because of the dogs. Don't want them freaking out.
Yeah.
And they're going off up there. It's like, people, are you idiots? Yes, we are.
Yes, we are.
We're dumbasses.
It's not going to happen to us.
It's just going to burn the house down next door. Who cares?
Yeah. Well,
I guarantee they're Airbnbers.
Oh, they probably are.
Yeah.
Well, we moistened the dry grass down a little bit before we started.
The pine needles you can't moisten very much. They'll
They
still
don't
go.
absorb, do they?
They'll still go.
Yeah. I had a friend's barn burned down last year, and then like the next day, he caught the kid next door shooting off another bottle rocket. He came unglued.
Who did?
The buddy whose barn was destroyed. His barn with a very, very rare car that he was restoring burned with it.
But you got full price, right?
I'm sure he did.
Yeah. Need to restore it anymore.
Well,
yeah, well, it was completely done, and it was amazing.
The sentimental value was huge.
I know.
So anyway, that's all I got.
All right, me too. And then we'll be back here tomorrow.
Yep.
Today is Thursday. Tomorrow's Friday. I'm just reiterating normal stuff.
And we have a fantastic show, I think, coming up on Saturday and Sunday.
What do you mean, the weekend show?
Yeah.
It's going to be us. So of course it's going to be fantastic.
Fantastic.
All right, everybody, make it a great day. Thanks for being here, Mike.
Peace out, brothers. Thank
All
you, Ed.
Bye.
Bye.